This is how to play the OPTCG on both your phone and your laptop in under 5 minutes. First, type in OPTCG sim in your browser, click on the first link, that's the Dropbox, and then go ahead and download the best version that suits your computer, whether it be Windows or Mac. Keep this browser open because we're going to come back to it in a minute. Now that it's downloaded, click on Build Windows, and then click on OPTCG sim, extract all, and then go ahead and extract all those files. Alrighty, and so now in our build Windows file, the OPTCG sim file should have an icon. Go ahead and double click it, and then that's how you'll be able to open up the simulator. Before you can even play a game, you need to build yourself a deck. So click on Deck Editor, and then Eggman Events. Eggman Events has a bunch of information about the One Piece TCG, such as events, decks. It has its own deck builder that has other games like Dragon Ball and Digimon as well, so it's a very helpful tool for TCG players. They also have all the structure decks loaded here. These are helpful because these are obviously sold and can be found on shelves pretty consistently. I also think they're helpful because they come preloaded with all the cards you might need to learn a certain strategy. Another site you can use to build decks is optcg.gg. I like this site because it keeps lists of meta decks that have been winning tournaments both online and in person, and it'll tell you how much the decks actually cost to buy if you were to build them in real life. So for example, this Trafalgar Law deck would cost $192 if I were to buy all of these cards at market at a card shop. One last site you can use to deck build is called onepiece.gg. This site also keeps up with meta decks that have been winning both online and in person. To use any of these decks, click on the copy text button, and then in the simulator, click the import from clipboard button. Give it a name on the top left and then click save. One last step, I'm going to show you guys how to get the OPTCG simulator onto your phone so that you can play it on a mobile device. Go ahead and download Sideloadly. This is an app that allows you to sideload your applications onto a device from a computer. Go ahead and boot that up, and once it is up and running, I will show you guys how to load it onto your phone. Alright, so go back to that tab I told you to keep open at the beginning and download the iOS or Android version, whichever one you need, and then go ahead and go back to Sideloadly once that is done downloading. At this point, you should have your device plugged into your computer, and in the Sideloadly application, you should be able to find your iPhone or Android. So it should say where I'm looking right now, where my cursor is, blank's iPhone. Unfortunately, I don't have mine loaded up right now. Sorry about that. Going to want to also make sure that you have your Apple ID in the Apple ID section. So now we're going to click on the IPA file, then we're going to go find the iOS or Android version of the sim, double click it, and then load it up into the Sideloadly application. Once that's all done, we will click start and then load it onto our phone. So you would just click that start button right there. So once you have successfully got it onto your phone, it should have that blue dot next to it. We just have to do 2 more steps in our settings. Go ahead and go to your settings and then go to general, scroll all the way down to VPN and device management, and then click on your Apple ID under the developer app option, and then click on trust. Click allow. Alright, now one more step. You're going to back out and then go to the privacy section of your settings. Privacy is right here. Bang, found it. Scroll all the way down and then make sure you have developer mode turned on. With both of those steps out of the way, we should be able to load up our OPTCG sim on our mobile device.